Can you believe it's Friday already? August the 29th of 2025. My name is Tom, and this is your AmCon Daily Brief. Today, we're talking about evacuating and how it costs more than gas money. Are you really ready for the true price of leaving? First, let's get you up to date with everything from the ASAT team and the Daily Sit Rep.
This is your AmCon Daily Sit Rep for August the 29th, 2025. Up first today, a new Stanford study reveals that artificial intelligence is posing a significant threat to entry-level jobs across the United States. Employment for workers aged 22 to 25 in roles susceptible to automation, such as software development and customer service, has declined by nearly 20% since late 2022. Experts warn that AI's ability to innovate without human involvement may further reduce opportunities traditionally available to young workers. In other news, about 780,000 Ryobi electric pressure washers sold at retailers including Home Depot are being recalled in the US and Canada. The recall comes after reports of the capacitors overheating and bursting, causing projectiles that have led to fractures and injuries among consumers. If you own a Ryobi model RY14230 or R14271VNM, stop using it immediately and visit the Ryobi recall website for a free repair kit. Turning to cybersecurity, credit reporting agency TransUnion has announced a data breach affecting 4.4 million American consumers. Hackers accessed personal data, including names, dates of birth, and social security numbers, through a third-party application. Those affected have been notified and will receive credit monitoring services. It is highly recommended to place fraud alerts and remain vigilant against phishing attempts. Next, a recent health study links cannabis use as self-medication to increased rates of depression, paranoia, and a significantly higher risk of developing psychotic disorders, including schizophrenia. Users who started cannabis to relieve pain, anxiety, or depression showed higher paranoia scores. Medical consultation is advised before using marijuana for symptom relief. Finally, protests and civil unrest continue around the nation, with various scheduled events today, including vigils and demonstrations in cities such as Detroit, Los Angeles, and Baltimore. Members are advised to maintain a high level of situational awareness, know their exits when attending public events, and report any suspicious activity. Now, for today's weather summary. Cool air will continue to dominate much of the central and eastern United States, bringing below-average temperatures. Wet weather and heavy thunderstorms are expected across the plains and Gulf Coast, with potential flooding risks especially in parts of Texas, New Mexico, and the northern Gulf Coast from Friday through the weekend. Residents in these areas should stay alert for weather updates and possible advisories. Looking ahead to upcoming events, the American Contingency Network has several opportunities, including the North Regional Campout and Adventure Challenge in Central City, Iowa, from September 12th to 14th, and the Broward County, Florida Chapter Monthly Meetup on September 13th in Sunrise, Florida. Later in September and November, additional adventure challenges will take place in South Dakota, Mississippi, and Oklahoma. Members can access the American Contingency Members-Only site to get the full report and more in-depth analysis of today's stories, along with practical preparedness tips, training opportunities, and resources to help you, your family, and your neighborhood stay crisis ready.
I want you to think about what evacuation really looks like. 2 nights in a hotel at surge rates. 3 meals a day, eating out, gas refills that cost more with every stop. Then there are the hidden costs. Missed days at work, lost business income, paying for boarding pets, or replacing spoiled food when you return. The numbers add up really fast. And as the wallet gets lighter, stress builds. The financial pressure becomes its own layer of crisis. That's why evacuation isn't just about miles on the map. It's about money in the bank. At AmCon, we believe financial resilience is preparedness. If you've built a cash buffer, you can focus on safety, not swiping cards and hoping they'll clear. Cash is king in a crunch. ATMs will empty quickly, credit card networks can lag or just won't work. But bills and coins, they still work when nothing else does. Having ready cash on hand can be the difference between a smooth transition and a desperate scramble. And just like your budget for gear, food, or training, you need to budget for evacuation. Treat it as a line item in your preparedness plan. Build an emergency fund earmarked for displacement. That way, when the call comes to leave, you already know you can afford the journey without the added crisis of financial panic. Think about it this way. Gear gets you through the night, but money gets you through the week. So here's today's action step. I want you to start or top up your evacuation fund this weekend. Take $20. I don't care if it's just a single $20 bill. Take 20, 30, 50, whatever you can spare, and set it aside in actual cash. Put it in an envelope, tuck it in a safe, secure spot that you can reach quickly. That small step builds a reserve that you can add to over time. And when the day comes that you need to leave, that envelope of cash can make the difference between scraping by and moving with confidence. Preparedness isn't just about what you pack. It's also about what's in your pocket. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the return home and why recovery planning should start before you ever leave. As always, thanks for listening to the AmCon Daily Brief. I appreciate it. I hope you're getting something valuable out of this. If you are already an AmCon member, make sure and check out the updates and resources on the members-only platform. And if you're not a member yet, it's super simple. Just head over to AmericanContingency.com and join the network to start building real resilience today. My name's Thom Rigsby. Stay alert, stay ready, and I will talk to you again tomorrow.